water information to different socio-economic sectors. For example, to determine the potential for renewable energy power generation in a given area, access to accurate long-term climate data constitute an absolute necessity. In the Gambia, climate records reveal that solar power is very much feasible in all the regions of the country. This is further evidenced by the numerous solar-powered water pumping installations implemented under the Ministry of Fisheries, Water Resources and National Assembly matters throughout the country. Also, implementation of the page would certainly require the availability of reliable, timely and accurate weather, climate and water information in order to enhance decision-making at the individual and collective levels. Among the priority interventions in the page under my ministry are the implementation of the Integrated Water Resource Management Approach, IWRM, and to improving climate risk management.
The Minister of Fisheries and Water Resources there, reading a statement on World Meteorological Day. Officials of Jammeh Foundation for Peace Thursday formally received another batch of Antwerp Banjul challenges, this as they prepare for another round of disbursements to beneficiary groups. Ibrahim Ajata reports the reception provided JFP officials the opportunity to announce the communities set to benefit from the donations.
The Antwerp Banjul Challenge is back again for another round of charitable presentations marking the pinnacle of a discovery and life-changing scheme. In the Gambia, benevolent causes are given the airgun they deserve. This banquet, organized by the Jammeh Foundation for Peace, was staged to welcome the Antwerp Banjul Challenge to the country as it gears up for yet another round of presentations bringing essential resources to communities and institutions in need.
So it's not easy to sustain things. And on behalf of Jammeh Foundation for Peace, it is clear that you are the one who choose your own projects. Check the project that you are satisfied with, you choose it and drive for that project. Jammeh Foundation auctions the vehicles and the proceeds goes to those projects.
That is the initiative seeking to explore and change lives for the better while complementing government's efforts to ensure improvements in every fraction and quarter of the country.
No problems whatsoever. It didn't like sand. That is the only thing. The projects where we're driving for is Tanka. We have some goods for Tanka, the physical hospital, and the proceeds of the car go there too.
During the whole trip, since one of the cars was fully equipped with tools, we helped a lot of different cars, or at least we, Keizer Gerard helped a lot of different cars to make sure to get here. Some of the cars were even dead and we revitalized them more than once. I don't mention names here. We had a lot of fun doing that, and it was 2 years of preparation. It was a great project.
A major car auction whose proceeds are meant for charitable causes is set to take place soon. This will set off a host of donations to a variety of beneficiaries around the country. The challengers are certainly delighted as they aid to the climax of the journey, but they could still recall the entrails discovered en route and during the preparation for the trip to the Smiling Coast. Ibrahim Ajata, GRTS.
Well, you can follow that story and other GRTS programs live on www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS radio live. Time now to take our first break. We'll be right back.
billahi mané dañuy wax 2 weeks bu nek dina am ño xamné dinañu win bedroom set fo xamné dafa and ak dressing table ba cupboard ba lal bi ak side table ba yépp wala ñu win la mané togu yo xamné ñu togu yu baax yu ngor yu dëggal pour saal bi mom la yow win billahi gam sel defati nako gam sel defati nako gam sel neena rek billahi gam sel defati nako kër la ñuy joxe $100 rek nga xoss dugal ci sa biir mobile nga ci ko soxla pare wuñ ci kër tey waay gamsel defati na ko waay gamsel defati na ko waay ma ne kër la ñuy joxe kër ak ay bedroom set ak ay sofa yoo xam ne yi kenn mënu la ko wax ci taaru ci rafet tey gamsel.
Welcome back. A day after soldiers in Mali said they have toppled the civilian government of Amadou Toumani Touré, coup leaders have been talking about their objectives. The leader of the coup, Captain Amadou Haya Sanogo, says his country will immediately constitute a government of national unity. We have details of that story in this report.
And television broadcast center in Bamako, the capital of Mali. The newcomers are arguing over possession of flat-screen TVs, cameras, computers, and more. Everything is up for grabs, and the supply depots are vandalized. The new rulers of Bamako have made the state TV building their headquarters since the coup d'etat on Wednesday. This is a strategic point of the capital, and officers had trouble controlling their men. We left the building to avoid and prevent acts of vandalism. The pillaging continued, and so did the wild shooting. The streets of Bamako were empty. Traffic was at a standstill. Business and administrative offices were closed. 2 days after the civilian government was overthrown, fear and disorder were ruling the streets. People are afraid. There are soldiers everywhere. They decide to take your car and they're breaking into stores. We want them to hold open elections, and the one who wins stays in power. We prefer a civilian government over a military one. The presidential palace was also vandalized. President Amadou Toumani Touré is nowhere to be found. The captain directing the military junta tries to appear confident, though he does not want to say where the fallen head of state is being held. Our goal is not to do physical damage to anything. As long as I am in charge of this movement, I guarantee the safety of the people, and we want to organize a team that is competent. This is what the Malian people want. Captain Sonogo, the country's new strongman, said he had held talks to form a national unity government. It is supposed to work on national unity in Mali before organizing elections.
Well, the international reaction to events in Mali has been swift and direct. The African Union and ECOWAS have asked the coup leaders to relinquish power and return to the barracks. France and the European Union says they will suspend development aid packages meant for the country. We have more on the latest in Mali in this report.
The 15-nation African Union and the West African bloc ECOWAS have condemned the military coup in Mali. Both bodies call on rebels in northern Mali to lay down their arms. African Union Commission Chief Jean Ping talked of zero tolerance for the mutineers. Washington has added its voice to international calls for the restoration of constitutional order.
We stand with the legitimately elected government of President Amadou Toumani Touré. Mali has been a leading democracy in West Africa, and those institutions must be respected.
The United Nations is calling on the mutineering soldiers in Mali to return to barracks.
Okay, good afternoon. The members of the Security Council call for the immediate restoration of constitutional rule and the democratically elected government. They also call for the preservation of the electoral process as previously scheduled.
The European Union reaction is equally firm with demands for a return to civilian government in Mali.
We're keeping very much in touch with people there, but we do hope that the constitution will be restored very quickly and that we will see a return to law and order.
The European Union is following the example of France, which has suspended cooperation with Mali, which means all development aid is frozen.
With days to go before Senegalese voters go to the polls, the two candidates, incumbent Abdoulaye Wade and Macky Sall, are scoring the country for votes. Wade has gained the support of the influential Serigne Béthio Thioune, who is also a member of the powerful Mouride sect. The club-wielding followers of the sect are being urged by the leader to vote Wade into office. But as we hear in this report, the wielding of clubs is banned by Senegalese